Assalamualaikum. No one tells you this after divorce. Your pain is not what's destroying you, it's what you are doing with that pain. And most brothers, they don't even realize they are slowly turning that pain into weakness. Before we go further, download the Muslim Man Rebuild playbook below. Right now, you don't need more motivation. You need structure. You need something to hold you when your emotions are all over the place. That playbook gives you exactly that. Let me tell you something. There was a phase after everything collapsed where my nights became dangerous. Not physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I would sit alone with a phone in my hand, my mind replaying everything. What I said, what she said, what I could have done better. And slowly, that feeling started turning into behavior. I ate when I wasn't hungry. I stayed up when I was exhausted. I scrolled when I should have slept. I isolated when I needed connection. And the worst part, I told myself, it's okay, I'm just going through something. That's when I realized something that changed everything. Pain is not the destroyer. Ungoverned pain is. Listen carefully. Pain didn't make me weak, but leaving it unchecked did. Because when a man has no structure, pain becomes appetite, laziness, lust, isolation, and distance from Allah. That's how the spiral starts. Not big, small, quiet, daily. And if you don't interrupt it early, it compounds. You wake up heavier, slower, less focused, more distracted. Your prayers becomes inconsistent. Your discipline fades. Your identity starts slipping. And one day, you don't even recognize yourself anymore. Not because of the divorce, but because of how you responded to it. That's when I stopped chasing healing and started focusing on control. Not controlling the pain, controlling what the pain makes me do. And I built something simple, something I still use until today. I call it the S.A.B.R framework. S.A.B.R. Let's begin with the first letter, S, which stands for Stop the Spiral. The moment you feel it rising, you don't sit there and negotiate. You interrupt it. Get up, move, change your environment. Even something as simple as walking outside, drinking water, or leaving the room. You are creating space between the feeling and the action. Because that small gap, that's where discipline lives. Next letter is A. Acknowledge the trigger. Most men will say, I feel off. That's weak sense of awareness. You need to be precise. So ask yourself, is this loneliness? Is this rejection? Is this ego? Or is this anger? You got to name it. Because what you can name, you can manage. The third letter is B. Block the damage. This is where most men fail. They try to control themselves while sitting in the same environment with the same trigger, with the same access. No, no. You don't negotiate with your desires in the danger window. You cut it off. For example, no junk food, no late night scrolling, no watching adult videos, no isolating in darkness. You remove the excess clean. I call that strength. And finally, R, return to this discipline and Allah. Now, you rebuild your state not with feelings, but with action. You go back to prayers, zikir, movement, clean food, proper sleep, and if needed, you speak to one solid brother, not to complain, but to stay grounded. Because discipline is what brings you back to Allah. Understand this clearly. Allah will test you with heartbreak, loss, with confusion. But the test is not permission to destroy your body, your discipline, or your connection with Him. Your pain is the test. Your habits are the answer. So let me leave you with this. You don't need instant healing. You need immediate interruption. The goal is not zero pain. The goal is zero self-sabotage. Because pain may stay for a season. But weakness, that's a choice. You repeat daily. If this hit you, download the Muslim Man Rebuild playbook below. Don't stay in chaos. Get structure. And start rebuilding properly. Subscribe if you are serious about becoming a man who doesn't collapse under pressure. And tell me in the comments, where does your pain usually take you? That is exactly where your rebuild begins.